Hi, I'm Dave Schwan. My mother and father were Paul and Martha Lee Schwan, charter members of Redeemer here, and we're lifelong members of this church. That means I've been here all my life too. In fact, my grandfather, who was a Lutheran minister, baptized me right around the corner. I was one of the first babies baptized here. I've lived in Chicago for over 40 years now, but every time I come back, I see familiar faces, but I see people I don't know. I think that's a good thing. That means people are coming in and wanting to continue with Redeemer, which of course brings us to the project that Pastor Eric is involved with and what we're trying to do now. The fact that this has been a community and home for so many people, and people coming into the congregation now and in the years to come is a good thing, a very good thing. And that is why this building needs to stay here. It needs to be home and a sense of community for everyone around it and for those that are coming down here in the years to come. So the building as it exists now is basically the same, the layout, but there are differences. As I mentioned, right where I'm sitting, this was the actual entrance into the building. This portion here was outside. And in around 1962, 63, they built the additional wing here, the Sunday school rooms and the meeting rooms here. All of the Sunday school was done in the multi-purpose room when I was very young. Their offices are new. So that's been a change from 1956. But still, when I walk in here, I can say, oh yes, this was here and that was here, but it's good to see these changes as well. And it's going to be good to see these changes in the future. The beautiful plans that you have here they bode well for the future. We have a solid congregation here and a grounding. This is a grounding in God, in Christ, Christianity, and that also gives you grounding for life. And I can think of so many people here that had that. We all have troubles in our life, but when you have a place to go like this, and when you have friends around you in a community, and I have to say, someone like yourself, Pastor, to have that to help you through, that is so important these days. Not everybody has that, but that happens here, and that's definitely a blessing. Now is the right time to build because people need this. The last few years of what we've been through, especially with COVID, it's going to be 2 years next month since my father passed away already. It's been over 20 years since my mother passed away. But still, when you've had that upbringing here, when you've had those, that type of grounding, to come back here or to be here every Sunday, to continue with that learning and growing, that's definitely a blessing. And I think that's why this is so important to keep this for other people to come from around the area and people that will move into Northwest Indiana. This is needed. This is definitely needed. We all have to think about sacrifices, and we all have to think about perhaps what we've gotten along with and what we like and what we enjoy. But then we have to think about what is also needed. A spiritual need, a social need. This is what is important here, and that is exactly what Redeemer provides, a need. It's very important to keep this community going, this love going here. And it may manifest itself in many ways that we can't even see, can't foresee. What I absolutely love about Redeemer is that sense of family and community. And love, really. Thank you. I want to thank you, Pastor, for all you've done. I want to thank my friends here that may be watching this. Even though I'm not here all that often in Chicago or elsewhere traveling, I think of you so often. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you for the love that you extend when I come here. And thank you for the love and friendship that you gave to both of my parents. That definitely means a lot. And I'm a firm believer in paying it forward. So let's pay that forward.